Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for showing up for class. I'm glad you're here. Take a moment to find a comfortable place to sit or lie on your back or lie on your stomach or wherever feels good. Close your eyes and just start breathing. Let yourself enter your yoga space. And especially this week. So this week, as we have some kind of planetary transits, relationships will come up for a lot of us. Not only the relationship between our minds and our bodies, the relationships between those people that we trust, relationships that we have to things in our life that we give power to. But today we'll kind of focus more on the relationship of our mind and our body, and how we can continue to let those two meet, as well as the relationship with our body ourselves, right? And being able to listen and attune to what we need is simply as just being able to say, I want to do hips today, right? That's a great way of feeling into your body, knowing what you need and attending to that. So it's just like that we want to be able to continue to foster that relationship, right? Of listening to our bodies and letting our bodies be a good place to rest our awareness. Because as we're trying to stabilize ourselves, right, and stay calm and grounded, the best place to do that's in our body, right? Because our body exists in the present time. Our body will give us up to the minute feedback on how we're doing. So when our body feels tense, and our body feels like we're disconnected to our body, there's a good chance our mind's disconnected to our body, right? And when our mind and our body are in the same place and we can focus on relaxing our body and calming our body and taking good care of our body, I'm gonna guess that our mind will be in a different state of calm as well. So we just wanna keep fostering that relationship, especially this month and especially this week. So astrologically, the best thing you can do with yourself is stay present, stay curious, stay in the moment, right? And continue to find out what you can do to continue to stabilize your own self by listening. So let's just take some deep breaths and just begin that inquiry today of listening to our bodies. Of giving ourselves permission to do for our bodies what our bodies ask for. Irrelevant of what we think we should do, what we were told, or what we've always done. But we can be in the moment, present, and empowered to care for our bodies. So we're going to take a 4-count inhale and about a 6 to 7 count exhale. So a longer exhale. And you can let that exhale come out your mouth and it can be smooth, long, and continuous. So breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause for a moment, and then long, slow exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy breathing, just in and out. Bringing your hands to meet at your heart or just touching over your heart. If there's any intention today in which you want to ask the movement to work with you with, if you want to clear anything out of your body, if you want to foster or cultivate anything in your body, really allowing this practice to be one in which you can direct your energy, you can call in energy. So giving yourself the chance to play with that. Trusting your body's wisdom to work with your intention. And then I'm going to start to come onto my mat. When you feel ready, after you finish your intention, go ahead and lie on your back. We're going to start with a little bit of active hip mobility. So make sure that your neck can be long on the mat. So if you would like to place a blanket on your neck so that your neck can be long, please do that. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. On the exhale, bring the legs in. You're gonna uncross, recross. So this can go quickly or it can be slow. We're not using our hands and we're just doing that figure 4, crossing and uncrossing. Flex feet. And I'm exhaling as I bring the legs in so I can pull my belly button down. Using the core, using the front legs and hips. So you're just going as slow or as fast as you want. Breathing in, breathing out. Doesn't have to be the biggest stretch ever. Letting your shoulders relax. Just letting that breath be that invitation to continue to ground your awareness in your body. We'll do this for another like 15 or 20 seconds. Just take your time. So a good way to continue to practice listening to your body is to feel out paces. So if you feel like this pace kind of rifles you or feels like it unsettles you, then move slower. If a slow pace doesn't feel quite right, quicken your pace. So we'll even it out, so go one more time on each side. And then widen your feet as wide as your mat, and then let your legs windshield wiper side to side. I like to move my arms. Again, fast or slow. So watching for an add-on, so you can just stay with this, or you're gonna sweep the top leg forward towards your hand. So, and I'm using momentum for this. I'm not trying to really pull with my thigh. It's more like a fling and swing. So I'm using the motion of my hips, flexing my feet back so I can feel the hamstring open. Keep your breath going. Moving slow or fast, feeling that out. Couple more. Even it out, and then we'll come back to the center. Pausing for a moment, just some breath work, just to breathe in and out. So an active kind of butterfly stretch. So you can have your feet together and you can go wide and then just bring the legs in, again with your breath. Option to go a little wider if you want to go internal and external rotation. If you want a little bit of extra glute work, do this in bridge so that your hips stay lifted and I'm tapping knees and thighs. I could also do this a little bit narrower stance. So you can decide if you want the bridge work or if you want to keep the hips down. If you're doing the bridge work, keep your the length of your lumbar. So as I'm lengthening through my tailbone, I'm drawing the navel slightly back and up just so I have a little bit of that support here. So the thighs can stay mobile, but my hips are staying pretty stable. Breathe a lot. Keep your jaw soft. About 4 more. Then if your hips are lifted, go ahead and set them down. Just kind of breathe, settle in. Just a little bit of stillness. We're going to take that right leg and we're going to lift it up to the sky. So just at first, just point and flex your leg. Roll your ankle. So we're not using our hand quite yet. Bend and straighten the leg a few times. Almost like you're doing a squat. And pull it all the way as close as you can without using your hand. Extend it all the way up to the sky and hold. And again, you're bringing it as close to your body as you can without using your hand. Go ahead and find the strength of your left leg. So pressing through my heel all the way out from my ball mound. I'm slightly pressing away and I'm going to lift up and I'm going to tap the hips lower down. So like a bridge hip lift. Breathing, strengthening this back chain of the body. Arms are relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. So you can inhale and exhale. Remember, you can go as slow as you want. One more. Lift up and hold. Now lift your bottom legs, heel, bring the leg a little closer, and then roll down nice and slow. This time you can grab your hand behind your thigh. You want to straighten out your bottom leg, you can. Take a deep breath, and if you want to add a little abdominal curl, you can curl in without pulling on your neck, and you can even cover your bottom. Couple more breaths. If you want to go hands-free, go hands-free. And then just bring both knees in wide. Then pull both of your knees together. And then switch your legs. So opposite leg down, opposite leg up. Remember, we're not touching the hand with our thigh yet. We're going to point and flex, roll the ankle. Just kind of see what's there. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Pull it in as close as you can. Straighten your leg. Again, get that hamstring to feel like it's stretching just a little bit. Now find that strength of your right leg. So I'm driving through the heel, but I'm also reaching my foot away from my body, and then 10 times I lift and lower. Keeping nice, good core support. And my hips are facing towards the sky. I'm breathing. Active feet. Keep your breath, again, that tie to your body. Noticing if anything's too difficult or too easy, you can always change it up. One more. Lift it up, lift your bottom heel up. See if you can bring your leg a little closer, roll it down, and then grab behind your leg and give a little squeeze in. Straighten your opposite leg. So I can just enjoy the hamstring stretch, or I'm gonna bring my ribs towards my hips, come up, and I'm gonna get just a little active resistance with the leg. If I wanna hover the bottom leg, I can. If I wanna hover the arms, I can. And just take your hands behind your head and switch the legs. Exhale, inhale, exhale. If you wanna lower your legs down, you can. Or your upper half, excuse me, down. Reaching through that frontal hip, reaching the heels apart. So as one heel descends, one heel draws away. So I want you to kind of feel that splitting of the legs. You can always stay lifted. We'll do about 5 more. Actively drawing the legs apart. Kind of feel that extra little tug too. Nice, and then just bring those knees wide, breathe. Okay, legs come down. We're gonna cross one leg across the other. And we're gonna lift up to a bridge, drop it down. Uncross, recross. Press through the heels, lift up, tap it down. Doesn't have to be quite as high. So as you squeeze the thighs together, that's kind of the difference, right, in the two positions. Knee pile instead. Goes whatever tempo you need. And the next time you bring this leg in, squeeze, lift up for a moment, and just lower your hips just a little bit. See if you can lengthen through your tailbone so that your hip points are level. Squeeze those thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel that whole circumference, if you can, of your standing leg heels. So notice if you just feel like the inside or just the outside. How do you feel both? And how do you dilate from the heel to the ball mound of your foot so you feel your entire foot pad? One more breath. And then the legs come down, and then bring the legs in without the use of your hands. So I'm just bringing the legs in. Maybe there's a little bit of moving around side to side. And you can grab onto your shins and bring the legs in a little closer. You might or may not get a hip stretch here. And then go ahead and let the hips drop over to the left. You can put a block underneath you for a little bit of a twist. One more breath. And then using the strength of your legs, come in, come out. This time legs to the sky, open until a straddle stretch. I'm going to roll the inside edges of my legs and feet towards the sky. Kind of move those heels again away from my pelvis. So kind of imagining that inner thigh line getting longer. Okay. Bend the knees, bring the legs back down. We're going to cross the other side. So I think it's the left leg on top, but just kind of feel it out. And then we'll lift the hips up to hold. Then we'll drop it just a tiny bit so we can kind of allow the tailbone to lengthen under. And now I'm just kind of, again, sensing where in the heel do I feel. So a lot of us will feel maybe more outer edge, more inner edge. So just trying to see if I can change the sensation by just what I pay attention to, where I direct my awareness. Squeezing the thighs, not too hard, just enough to feel the tone. And then setting the legs down without the use of your hands, bring them in. Maybe there's a little bit of wiggling side to side. Then grab your hands to support. Then the legs will drop over to the right. You might want a block or a pillow underneath. If dropping the legs that way kind of pulls in the low back or doesn't feel quite right. Then using the strength of your arms and your core, bring your legs up, straight up to the sky, and then open up that same stretch. Reaching out to the inner seam of your legs. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bend those knees, bring the legs up. However you want to kind of take a moment, so maybe hugging the knees in, maybe setting the legs down. Feeling that out. Hopefully that feels, kind of get your hips awake and lets the low back lengthen a bit. So we're going to rock or roll ourselves up. Coming into tabletop for a moment. You want to cat-cow or swing your hips side to side, just kind of feeling out the back now that you're on hands and knees. Kind of rocking back and forward. And then when you're ready, downward facing dog. Maybe you'll pedal the knees, the legs, the arms, or your spine stillness. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're going to walk that left foot kind of half the distance of the mat. We're going to turn to the outside edge of the right foot. The right arm is my base, and I'm going to come into a modified kind of side plank. So I'm really using the strength of my left foot to press up. I'm lifting my bottom hip, that's the right. And if I want to, I could kind of lower the hips a bit and lift the hips. I can kind of pulse here for a few breaths, or I can just practice holding. So see if movement feels good here, or if, again, I just want to stay still. So I could be non-weight bearing here if I wanted to for a hip stretch. Kind of working maybe a little bit of balance. So I'm talking to Susan. Okay, take another breath. And as you're ready, kind of step that foot back, downward facing dog, or a wide leg forward fold, or a forward fold rather. Step your right leg half the distance. Turn your foot to face kind of a right angle. Turn and plant your left palm. Then again, you're going to lift and lower, or you'll stay there. Yeah, nice. Keeping that shoulder really strong, you guys. Awesome. Yeah, looks good. Kind of deciding what you want to work. Movement, stillness. Good. One more breath. Remember, you could just hold, and then both hands down. Step your left leg or your right leg, excuse me, back, downward facing dog. Shake it out if you need to. And then make a slow walk towards the top edge of your mat. Forward fold. And then as you're ready, a long spine, come up halfway, broaden across your chest. Feel your feet. Arms sweep all the way up to standing. Inhale, exhale. Take a moment to come to standing and kind of connect to being on your feet now. So maybe wiggling your toes, bending and straightening, whatever kind of lets you feel really solid in those legs. Okay, our first flow was kind of work through kind of frontal hip, back body opening. We'll get the front and the back of the hip. As we lift up, arms reach. As we exhale, we're going to take our hands to our heart, and we're just going to step the left leg back a bit. So just to that toenail side there. Then you can keep your hands at your heart or on your waist, and I want you to kind of come down into warrior three and then come up a few times. So really slow. We kind of worked on this, kind of like a deadlift. Find that inner seam of your leg. So that's from inner thigh to inner foot. Keep that as you allow your hip to slightly turn to the left. We have two more. Nice and slow. So we're coming in and out of this balance pose. We're not holding quite yet. Then go one more time. Bend your front knee and step all the way back to a high lunge. Take your time. So a little bit of flow here. We're going to tap the back knee down. Hands come to the heart. Come back up to a high lunge. Exhale, tap the back knee down. Inhale up to high lunge. So this leg pretty much stays bent. The bottom, the back leg kind of just taps and comes up. Okay, so bringing it down, get low. You can sweep the arms as you come up. You have four more. Trying to feel a lot more stretch and opening through this frontal thigh, a lot of work in the hip. One more time, come all the way down, you guys. Good, bring your hands forward. You can walk your back knee back a bit. So this is where you might want hands on blocks. I'll show this to you. So we're gonna come to a low lunge now, back knee lifted, and we're just gonna tap the back knee again. But it's a little bit different now, right? Just a little bit different because our spine is long. So I could try this maybe hands on my heart. You have only like three more. The legs I know are cooking. Two, one more. Good, and now drop the back knee down, rise up, lunge. Take your time. We're gonna pause here. Breathing in, breathing out. As you're ready, hands come to the mat. We're gonna step into standing splits. So our blocks will come forward for this and my head relaxes down. So I'm gonna bend this front knee, let the toe touch. Then I'm gonna see if I can lift a little higher. So you don't have to be square with this one, but try not to roll the hip too high, right? So I'm not trying to do like a half moon, but I'm trying just to lift the leg, feeling the gluteal. So if you can't feel that, keep your knee bent and do more of this action. Bringing the knee down, pressing to the heel. This should look a lot like what we did in bridge. You have three more. Ooh. Keep your breath going. And then hold standing splits. Find that inner seam of your standing leg. Find the inner seam of your floating leg. Reach those two apart. And then bend the back knee, come into a warrior two with straight legs. So take your time. Take your time. Arms come out. Find that lift out of your feet, but also the rooting action that goes down and wide. Take a moment to settle. Strong legs. Come into triangle pose. Take your time. So block might be really helpful. So I want you to either do arm look or head looking down, neck release, yeah. Something to kind of allow your neck to be soft. Keep your breath going. And as you're ready, hands go to the floor. Come towards your front foot and then walk out to a wide leg forward. So I want you to do anything you want in this one. So arms coming forward, arms coming to your waist. If you want to stretch open your chest. Finding inner and outer seams of the legs. One or two more nice deep breaths. And then as you're ready, climb back over to the right side, so your front leg, and then come into plank pose. Take a nice deep breath in plank pose. Maybe you hover the right foot to give a little extra core work. For 3, for 2, leg down, come forward, chaturanga to your belly. And then when you're ready, take a cobra pose. Your arms can float in cobra or they can stay down. And as you're ready, coming all the way down. Transitioning to plank, cat-cow, if you'd rather, downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg with strength, just like you've been practicing. Stepping your right leg forward. Bringing your hands to your heart. Come into warrior 3 to hold. So we've been practicing standing splits, been practicing all those poses. Really put it into play. Maybe the arms go back or forward for a different expression. Find that inner leg line. For 3, for 2, and then sweep that left leg forward and hold there without the use of your hands. For 5. Breathe, long spine. 2, and then foot down, hands to the heart. Breathe. Nice work, you guys. Okay, we have a second side, so hopefully that's not too scary to think about. As you're ready, the arms reach up. Bring your hands to your heart. Float that right leg back, and this is where we're going to tip into warrior 3. So as you're ready, nice and slow, tip into warrior 3, in and out. Go really slow, you guys, so you can find that left inner leg line. So I'm just going to kind of come watch. So go at the pace that you can maintain that awareness of that inner leg line. Yeah. Nice. You got it. On the last one, go ahead and bend your standing leg. That's your left leg. Come on back to the high lunge. Yeah. Nice. Okay, take your time. Come up high lunge. This is where we're going to tap that right knee down. Come all the way back up without straightening your front leg. Okay? Keep going. Breathing, yeah, whatever pace you can maintain the strength of both of your legs, so not just your front leg. Yeah, good job, you guys. Pump up the breath. Great work. Yeah. Keep that shoulder connection over your hips. So we're going for like around 10. So as you're ready, probably getting close here, come all the way up. All the way back down. And this is where you might want blocks. The hands come forward. If you don't have blocks, you come to your fists. But try to see if you can get the hips to move slightly to the right, just slightly, enough to unload this front thigh. Find both sides of your back leg. So not just the front thigh working the back leg. We're going to tap and lift. Not too many. Tap and lift. Keep breathing, feeling the glute activate as your thigh lifts. One more. And then go ahead and set that knee down, lift up, low lunge. And this is where you're gonna hold. So allowing the front hips to relax, right? That front hip, that's the knee that's bent. Let that hip relax as you guide yourself forward. Yeah, really letting yourself soften forward. Yeah, there you go. Releasing the front shin, there you go. Nice work, you guys. Yeah, good. Take another deep breath. Yeah, okay. Hands down to the mat, standing split, so you might want to grab onto those blocks. So remember, I'm trying to get you to feel the glutes here. So if you don't feel the glutes, sometimes bending the knee can be helpful to try and really kind of press through your heel. So just kind of really feeling that back body hamstring glute connection. So see if bending the knee works better or if straightening the leg, and you don't have too many. So lift again with that intention to connect there, even if you're just allowing your mind to go there and you're not sure if you're feeling your glutes. Just put your awareness on those tips of your glutes. Now hold standing splits. You got it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. Keep your head relaxed. There you go. And then step on back, warrior two with straight legs. And we're just pausing with the straight legs. So the first thing I want to find is that grounding down and out, like I'm kind of pressing the mat away, feeling kind of that anchor, right? And then after I felt that, can I get a little lighter by kind of drawing up the energy from the arches of my feet, through the core, through the spine, just kind of playing with that. And then that feels good, and you feel supported, balanced, then come into triangle pose, neck release or look down. How do you maintain that leg strength here? So the buoyancy of the torso and the hips can feel like they're kind of floating and easily coming towards without feeling too heavy in the low back. Take your last few breaths. Releasing the hands down, you can bend that front knee. Come into the side leg fold. If you want to heel toe your legs a little wider, you might can get your forearms down. Any of you that want to go into a tripod headstand or a forearm stand or anything from here, rows even, you could do that, or you could just keep allowing yourself to take in. And you have about 5 more breaths. Walking your hands back underneath, you turn towards your left foot, coming into plank pose with the left leg hovering. And hovering with the foot just off the mat in plank pose, like just tiny bits off the mat, yeah? Nice, and then both feet down, come forward, plank, cobra, up dog, locust pose, whatever feels good. Downward facing dogs where we'll meet. Then lifting the left leg with strength before you take it forward, bringing your hands to your heart, and then stepping into warrior three. We're going to put all the back body work together that we've done where you're lifting through that back leg. Good. Yeah, good job, you guys. Keep lifting. Yeah, good. Can you make your pelvis lighter on your front thigh bone? Yeah, good work. Nice, Kathleen. Yeah, good. Take another breath, and then swing that back leg forward. Take it up. It doesn't matter how high it is. Just bring it forward with strength. Allow your chest to come forward. Yeah, chest forward, you guys. You're not rocking back your hips. Yep, better dog. Nice. Good. Come forward. Yeah, find that inner leg line. Yes. And then legs down. Nice, Lauren. Yeah, good. Feet together. Arms stretch out. And then arms down. Hands at the heart. Nice. You got it. To the sides a bit and kind of work through that. So the first pose we're going to do is like eagle coming in and out. So you're going to kind of take one leg over. Don't worry about the arms, just keep switching them. Using pose as a kickstand. So as I unbound and wrap, I'm finding inner thighs, I'm finding arms. It doesn't matter which arms on top. That's a lot for. It's like some days that's just too much. You do your shoulders, and if that works, so you can the legs. Remember we did this on our back, kind of recreating that inner thigh tone, strength through your heel to ball mouth, all those good things. My spider running across my mat. Good, couple more times on each side. Yeah, good. Nice work, you guys. Good, coming back in. Widening your feet a bit.
Arms reaching up and then coming down into a squat. So your squat can be elbows on thighs, high hips, or you can come inside your thighs. You can even put a block there if this is too much for the knees. So take a moment to come up and down a bit, just to kind of feel heaviness in the joints, and we can all probably connect to that. You kind of feel all the weight rolling towards your inner arch, and then roll to the outer arch and kind of feel a lift, almost as if you kind of lift up through your crown of your head a bit. And then soften these hip creases. Imagine that they got really squishy. Like you could massage them and you could allow them to soften towards the pelvis. Hold 5 more breaths here. Okay. Put your hands down, step your left foot back, and then kind of pivot a bit so that you're in a bent right knee and a straight left leg. And then just go side to side for a moment. Keep the hips low. Getting that hip mobility. So some of you might want to take the arms out to the side and you can lift your heel. So I'm going low, but I'm kind of practicing that with kind of attention in my knees, because sometimes going really low is not great for the knees. So you might stay high and work this. So we're going to go low, bent right knee, warrior 2 facing the back of the mat. Low, right knee bent, warrior 2. So just go in and out. It's like a one-leg squat in some ways. 3 more. Go as slow as you need. It's not a race. We're just working that good leg strength. 2. Okay, warrior 2 facing the back of the mat. Pause here. So your choice, side angle, reverse warrior. See what you're feeling. Another 5 breaths. Maybe it's that neck release. We're really working lots of good opening for the neck. So no matter what you've chosen, I can still do a neck release. Working the strength of my legs. 3 more breaths, you guys. Sink into those legs. You got it. Okay, you're going to come out, come back to warrior 2. Come back to Skandasana. Pivot towards the front edge of your mat. And then come up to standing where you're kind of like a short warrior 2 stride. And we're going to come in and out of half moon. So as I come up a bit, I want to find that inside edge of my standing leg. Hands can stay at my heart, and I don't care if you only get 2 inches off the mat. Just kind of lengthening through both of the inner seams. Come in and out a few times. Just a couple. And then wrap that left leg on top of the right, eagle pose. Use a wall if you need. Use your toes as a kick. We have the left leg on top. Let's go right arm on top. So lots of choices for eagle. You could do twisted eagle, elbow to the lateral side of the thigh. Nested eagle, you're crouched down low. You can stay upright and just sit the hips back. So it's easy to get really dumpy in the leg that you're standing on. So how do you allow yourself to find that core strength so that your pelvis feels like it's floating on top of the legs? There's still a lift happening. 1 more. Unravel, we're going to hold half moon. So if you want to get close to a wall for your hand, if you want to break, you can stretch your legs out. When you're ready, come on in. And it can be just a mini, right? Just allowing the legs to split. Don't have to go very deep. And then when you're ready to come out and shake your legs out. Shake your legs out. Well, vinyasa, just to kind of clear, inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. Fold forward. Plank pose. Squeeze the right leg behind the left. Unbind, come forward, take your vinyasa. Nice and slow. Downward facing dog or child's pose to rest. Okay, when you're ready, looking forward, hopping or stepping top of your mat. Coming up and then pausing, finding your feet. So the last side, getting that side hip. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, so we're not gonna hold eagle yet on this side. We won't go back to the floating. So just kind of unbinding yourself, or not unbinding, but coming into that squat so the arms come up, and then we sink on back again to the squat. So again, you can find that sense of how do I feel heavy, then how do I somehow lift up and out of it. So to kind of playing with that, to find a little bit more balance in your feet. Yeah, nice work, you guys. Yeah, good work. Beautiful. Jen's got some company. I like it. Okay, so we're gonna, from your lunge, you're gonna step your right leg back. Remember, we have to kind of pivot, and we're going back and forth. And this is where you have lots of options. Your arms can float. You can stay low to the ground. You can stay high up. Yeah. Yeah, really finding your own rhythm and flow. Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast you go. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Nice rotations. Yeah. So just kind of listening up. We bend the left knee, and then we come towards warrior two. And then we bend, and then we come to warrior two. Yeah. Couple more. Take your time. No rush to get there. Yeah, really nice strength work, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, and now coming up to warrior two, and you're gonna hold. So your right leg will be your base leg. Yeah. Right leg is your front leg, I should say. And this is where you have the choice side angle, reverse warrior. And my kind of encouragement is to let the neck go no matter what you've chosen. So even if your hand's at your waist, letting the neck go or look down. Big breaths. Okay, last couple. Coming up to warrior two when you're ready. Coming back to Skandasana. And then we're gonna walk towards the front of our mat. We're gonna step up for a little bit of a short strided warrior two. And this is where we're gonna come in and out of half moon. So remember, inner leg line is where we come up, and then we come down. And again, we're gonna go super slow. It's not about how fast, just starting to feel inner and outer leg line lifting while we root to that inner leg line of our standing. And just a few. Yeah, good. Keep that front toe facing forward. Yeah, good. It's okay to keep the same. Nice, Jen, yeah. Okay, and even though you had a support here with other people, wrap the right leg over your left. Wrap the left leg over your right. You can choose twisted eagle. You can stay up tall. Find that inner leg line strength. Yeah. Good. Yeah, nice, Dawn. Nice balance there. Nice, James. Yeah. James, find your inner leg line of your standing foot. Yeah, there it goes. Nice. Yes, I saw it turn on. I saw it. Nice. Yeah, good. Take another couple deep breaths. Nice, Jody. Nice steadiness. And then when you're ready, untangle yourself. One last time for that half moon. We're going to stick it. So we're going to stay. So it's so important that we set ourselves up with that feeling of balance, right? So do I have that inner leg line? Do I have connection to my core? And can I ease there, maintaining that? So it could be that I have to go much slower to maintain that. And maybe you just hold for like 4 breaths. Yeah, the quiver zone's totally fine. I don't know who's practicing with Lauren, but awesome job on your standing leg. That's awesome, yeah. I know, I'm sorry, I probably disrupted you when I said that. Good work, you guys, couple more breaths. Yeah, and then slowly coming up, nice, nice exit, Kathleen, yeah. And then let it go, shake it out. Full vinyasa down. Great job, you guys. Arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Long spine. Step back to plank. Squeeze the left leg behind the right if you'd like. And then untangle chaturanga, upward dog, cobra, cat cow, child's pose, right? Just kind of finding your rhythm and flow. Child's pose might be a good resting. Yeah. Take a couple moments to take all that in. You guys did a lot of leg strengthening, mobility. Yeah, so let that body just kind of take in some rest and nourishment. Yeah. You got it. Okay, so we're gonna find tree pose on our back or on our stomach, and I want you to decide which one you want to practice. So I'll show both of them to you, and then you can choose. So if I'm gonna go on my back, so I might start with right leg. I'm gonna show you my left leg. I can bring the leg wherever I want, and then I will work. So this leg will be heavy, and it might pull my pelvis to the side. So I'm gonna work with kind of allowing my kind of abdominals to dilate wide, and kind of allowing my whole lateral left side to lift. And I might keep my hands here, I might keep my arms overhead. So it's tree on my back. If I want a little bit more restorative, I'm gonna come onto my belly and I'll make a forehead pillow. I'll be on the top of my foot differently. And then I can take my tree pose anywhere I want. And here I won't worry so much about balancing the weight. I just kind of allow myself to relax here. So it's okay for your ankle to kind of feel like it doesn't know where to go. It's okay. You may not even hold on to your foot. So pick your first side. Close your eyes and focus instead of kind of on fixing your body or orienting, allowing your body to pay attention to where the breath goes in this shape. What part of the body do you sense the breath? And is there a new place you can invite your breath in? Just to kind of see if your awareness can draw it somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, one more breath. So neutralize from here. So that might just be kind of straightening your legs and kind of windshield wipering, or just kind of letting them be straight. It could be like a bridge, or legs kind of straight up if you're on your back. Just take a moment to kind of shake that out. And then we'll go to side two. And side two could be something like where you flip over if you did one side and you're like, I'm just gonna try something else. So firm up your standing leg if you're on your back a bit. Just allow it to feel somewhat active as if you're standing. If you're on your belly, you're not quite doing that, right? You're just allowing yourself to just kind of rest. Yeah. And then see if you can draw from the leg that's bent. Can you widen through your waist so that the waist of your straight leg, those of you on your back, can be a little bit more grounded? Yes, nice, Vanessa, that's it, yep. So see if you can give a little bit more stretch and tonification to the standing leg side of your core. Yeah.
Sometimes putting your hand there helps too. Find your breath, and you're directing your breath to maybe a new area, or just kind of sensing where would that breath like to be. Take another breath in, another breath out, and then neutralize. So neutralizing can be stillness, can be windshield wipering, seeing what you need. Yeah, good. Let's open up the front of those hips. So let's go into a side lying position. So we'll lay on our left side, and you can make a forehead pillow or use your bicep. We'll again find that kind of that lateral seam. So that means the waist does lift just a bit. And then reaching back, I'm gonna go thumb facing forward, outside edge of foot. And then I'm gonna allow the thigh to come back maybe, or maybe I'll just draw the heel in so I can decide. So in some ways we're balancing now on the side of our body. If this is not working for shoulders or hips, you can just take this right arm to your belly. So I can just go heel in, or I can come heel out. Some of you might have a little bit more opening, and so you can lean over to the side, roll your shoulder open, and then you might come to the top of the foot and come back. So if I was on my belly and I wanted a deeper shoulder opening, I could work that. That does require a lot of opening to your shoulder. So just want to give that option. So I know some of you like to do some of those extra shoulder openers. A couple more breaths. So everyone, do roll onto your belly. Take that same leg that we were stretching and reach it back behind you to get a little stretch. So my left arm is reaching back. My head's on the floor. I'm doing a little twist. Chest opener too. Foot can be flat, knee can be down, play around with it. And then when you're ready, coming back to neutral and then side two. So the right leg and the right lateral seam if you're going side lying stretch. If you want to come to your belly, remember you can. Then reach back, even just grab your heel, draw it towards your glutes for just a thigh stretch, or if you want to extend the leg back behind you, you can kind of add a little bit there. So again, we're working kind of the side core to stabilize. So again, the more you can kind of press outer edge of foot, kind of draw the waist up a bit and kind of finding again those muscles to stabilize. Still a balance pose, just on your side. Keep your jaw soft and then roll onto your belly. And then allowing that same leg that's lifted to kind of reach up and around your body for a little bit of a twist. So it kind of reaches towards the floor. Yeah, you'll roll back to your side again, but you can outstretch your right arm and let your head go. Some people can bend the arm and that will give you a much deeper shoulder opener, but the arm that's flat on the floor, but that could be too much for a lot of you. So just be gentle with that. And then slowly, when you're ready, coming out, rolling onto your back. Again, neutralizing when you're ready. So that could be bridge, it can be something else. I want you to kind of check in with your own body. So kind of feeling into it. We did so much hip work. What do you are in the mood for? So for a lot of you, that could be that you want an inversion. You want to go upside down. So bridge pose, headstand, handstand, right, bridge with a block. Some of you might want to do one more hip stretch. So it could be a pigeon, it could be a figure four. We did this at the beginning of class without our hands, so you might want more of that. Yeah, you could do that Gomukhasana on your back. We are going to finish with a twist. So unless you want a double twist, go ahead and pick the hip variation of choice that is a good one. One we didn't do a ton of that you might want is the feet together, knees open. The blocks here. We're just going to take 5 or 6 more long, deep breaths and just sending your breath, right? Sending your breath to wherever your body was asking for more opening or relaxation. Couple more breaths. Okay, straighten your legs out. When you feel ready for this twist, we're gonna take the right foot on top of the thigh, and then we'll let the thigh go towards the floor as the right arm reaches away. So my foot is on the thigh, that kind of the big toe side. And I'll kind of play with, if I pull more, my arm comes up. If I let my arm stretch down more, my leg comes up. So kind of see where you get that pivot point where it feels really good. And you kind of get that nice lateral hip and a nice twist for your spine. If this is too much for shoulders, you could just do a twist without the shoulders. So I could just do a same twist with a block underneath. Take long, deep breaths. Stretch out that whole lateral seam. And then come out and straighten your right leg. The left foot goes on top. And then again, as we pull it across our body, we extend the left arm, and then we can kind of teeter-totter with how that feels good to twist and stretch open. Then when you get to that good place where you're getting a little bit of each or exactly what you need, take 3 long, really deep breaths. And then when you're ready, releasing out of that shape. So traditional Shavasana with legs open, stretched out. If you want to lay on your belly, might be nice. You could also come to seated meditation. I'm going to give you a little spritz of sattva, and I want you just to kind of take in that energy, because I'm going to send it to you over the waves, even though I know you can't smell it, which would be nice. Just kind of feeling that contentment, that peace, that harmony, right, of aligning body and mind. And if you're not feeling that today, and it's totally fine if you're not, there could be like 5% of you that can find that, right? Or 1% of you that finds something in that neighborhood. And you might just rest your awareness on that for a moment before you just let go. Letting the breath be natural. Letting yourself be natural. Giving yourself some space that the awareness isn't necessarily directed, it just gets to relax, which means it might go all over the place and it might stay in one place. Maybe being able to celebrate whatever amount of listening you were able to do for your body, whatever amount of attuning you can do for your body in this practice, whatever you were paid attention to today, whatever you were able to rest your awareness on, or maybe send your breath to, right? Those are so much the way in which we form a stronger relationship with our body, right? As I'm learning as being a parent, that one of the most important roles that we have, right, to establish that relation with our children is listening, right? Is learning how to listen differently. With our partners, maybe, right? How to listen. And that so much of the relationship, right, is listening. And that applies it's just as much in our yoga practice to our bodies as it does in relationship to each other, right? How do we listen? How do we be curious? How do we open our mind to want to understand the messages that we get, like, from our body? So this is a good week to cultivate that. So if your body's telling you something about being hungry or sleeping or needing movement or needing rest or needing something, right? How do we attend to and be curious about that request? And again, deepen that relationship to our body. So there's that one in which there's a harmony, right? There's a curiosity to that. So I hope that that serves your bodies today, friends. I hope you feel a little bit more connected to your hips and your body. I look forward to practicing with you again soon. The light in me honors and celebrates the light within each and every one of you. Is so special to gather with you, friends. I feel your presence and I send you love. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste.